Hey, as a business owner, I'm guessing you know the feeling. You have this incredible vision, this passion. But behind it all, you feel like you're being pulled in a million different directions. Well, today, we're going to talk about how to fix that. We're going to look at a completely different way to build your business. It's not about adding more tools and more software. It's about building intelligent systems that, believe it or not, can practically scale themselves.
You know how it is. It starts small, but then, day by day, the noise just gets louder. The endless notifications, the constant stream of little tasks, the sheer volume of just running the business can feel totally overwhelming. You find yourself working harder and harder, but you're not really moving forward. You're just treading water, constantly reacting instead of creating.
I mean, does this picture hit home for you? Because it really captures that feeling, doesn't it? You're the expert. You're the one holding everything together, but you're so busy just keeping the plate spinning that you're completely stuck. Juggling marketing, sales, accounting, delivery, the complexity just keeps piling on.
So let's get specific. Where does all this stress come from? Well, it often boils down to these: laborious, multi-step processes. That's just a fancy way of saying all the soul-crushing manual work. You know, the constant copy-pasting, the double-checking spreadsheets, the switching between 10 different browser tabs just to get one simple thing done. This is the stuff that eats up your most valuable assets, your time and your creative energy.
So what's the first thing we all do when we feel this pain? We think, oh, there's got to be an app for that, right? We go out and get another piece of software, another monthly subscription, hoping it's going to be the magic bullet. But as we're about to see, this usually just pours gasoline on the fire.
And this right here is what we call the growth trap. On one side, you've got dozens of different apps that don't talk to each other. Your data scattered everywhere, and you spend all your time trying to manually stitch it all together. On the other side, you've got these massive, complicated ERP systems that cost a fortune, take forever to set up, and lock you into their way of doing things. It's a total no-win situation.
And this quote, this just says it all. It's not the individual tools that are the problem. It's the friction between them that creates the real headache. It's that point where the technology that's supposed to be helping you is actually the very thing holding your business back.
So, this brings us to the most important part of this whole conversation. We need a fundamental mindset shift. We have got to stop thinking about which app to add next and start thinking about how to build an integrated system that actually supports the way your business needs to run.
And that mindset is called systems thinking. It's really about understanding the unique shape of your business. How does a stranger on the internet become a raving fan and a happy customer? What are all the little touch points along that journey? When you can see that entire flow of value, you stop trying to just patch holes with random apps, and you start designing one seamless automated experience.
You know, chasing the latest shiny object or the newest trendy tool, it's a recipe for chaos. Building a solid, integrated system, that's the real foundation for sustainable, long-term growth. Now, pay close attention to this, because this is where everything is heading. The technical stuff, like connecting APIs or becoming a wizard in one specific software, that's all being handled by AI now. The truly valuable, future-proof skill is your deep, intimate knowledge of your business and your ability to clearly explain your goals to an AI that can then go and build a solution for you.
Okay, so that all sounds great in theory, right? Let's get practical. What does one of these intelligent self-scaling systems actually look like in the real world? How does it all come together?
Well, our entire mission is built around this idea. We build intelligent marketing ecosystems that scale themselves. The whole point is to merge smart, data-driven automation with your creative strategy. The system should be doing all the heavy lifting so you can finally get back to focusing on the big picture.
We do this by looking at automation as a spectrum. It's not one size fits all. On one end, you've got simple, rule-based automation for predictable tasks. In the middle, you have AI helping with more complex stuff, like writing content or analyzing data. And then, at the far end, you have agentic automation, where AI can actually reason and decide the next best step on its own. The magic is in knowing which level of automation to apply to which task.
And that's why choosing the right technology stack is so critical. For us, it's not about what's popular or trendy. It's about what works and what's reliable for the long haul. We pick platforms that give us the power and flexibility we need to build a rock-solid foundation that can actually support your business as it grows, not hold it back.
Okay, so we've talked about the problem, we've talked about the philosophy, now let's talk about what really matters, the results, and how you can start this transformation for yourself.
You know, numbers tell a story.
And a number like 98% client retention, that tells you one thing very clearly. This works. When businesses make this shift to systems thinking, they don't go back. They can't. The value is just too massive to ignore.
And here's what that looks like for a real business owner. Look at Talia. Her bookings doubled in the first month. That's incredible. But just as important, look at the second part. The automation gave her back hours and hours of her life. That's the double win right there. More growth and more freedom.
So how does this actually happen? Well, it's a true partnership. It all starts with us taking a really deep dive to understand your business inside and out. Then we build a strategy together. Only then do we actually start building and engineering the systems. And it doesn't just stop there. We stick around for training and support to make sure you can scale with total confidence. So I guess the only question left is for you. Are you ready to stop drowning in all that noise? Are you ready to start building a business that's actually engineered for growth from the ground up? To move from constantly reacting to finally leading? If the answer is yes, then let's talk. Let's start by looking at how you're doing things now, and together we can design what your future could look like. It's time to move from being tool-focused to being systems-focused, and build the scalable, successful business you've always envisioned. Thanks for watching.